Do you know how much strength I use just to shake your hand? Almir 0,000,01%. To open a simple door, 0.00003%. And to hold Lois gently while she sleeps. To keep her safe in my arms without a single worry. 0.00005% for 30 long years. Every moment of every day I held back. Every single interaction, every confrontation, every single punch. It was a constant, exhausting act of control, a lifetime of restraint. Today, I forgot what it was like to be a man holding a feather. All I remembered was the weight of the world, and I finally let it drop. It started as a simple robbery. A bank downtown midday. The kind of thing I've handled 1,000 times before. For men, armed and desperate. Hostages on the cold marble floor. I landed outside, the usual routine playing out in my mind. Disarm, secure, comfort. But then I heard it. Beneath the chaos, under the layers of concrete and steel, one more heartbeat. Faint but frantic. A child, a boy, trapped in the basement vault. My X-ray vision confirmed it. He was 7 years old, the same age I was when my father first taught me the meaning of the word control. The day he showed me a fence post I desplintered by accident and told me the world was unmade of cardboard. That day, fear and control became the same thing. I moved through the bank, a silent ghost. The robbers were amateurs, easy to neutralize. 3 of them were down before they even knew I was there. But the 4th, the leader, was in the basement. He had the boy. I phased through the floor and stood before the massive vault door. He was inside, his gun pressed to the child's temple. The boy's eyes were wide with a terror no child should ever know. The man yelled, his voice cracking, "One more step and I shoot." It was an empty threat. I calculated it instantly. I could have crossed the room, taken the gun, and had him tied up in 0.0001 seconds. The boy would be safe. It was the standard procedure. But then a quiet, insidious whisper echoed in the back of my mind, a thought I'd buried for decades. What if for just this once, ... I don't hold back, and in that sliver of a second, that single, terrible thought was enough. Something deep inside me, a dam I had spent a lifetime building, just broke. He looked at me, a smug, disgusting grin spreading across his face as my eyes began to glow. He laughed, a hollow, grating sound that scraped against my last nerve. "What's the matter, big guy?" he taunted. "Heroes don't kill." And in that moment, I knew he was right. Heroes don't. Heroes save people. They show mercy. They represent the best of humanity. But staring at the absolute terror on that child's face, feeling the lifetimes of restraint finally snapping, I realized I wasn't a hero anymore. Not in that room. I was just the end. I punched once. Just once. With everything I had. There was nothing left. Not a sound. Not a trace. Nothing left to bury. The world went silent for a moment. All I could hear was the ringing in my own ears and the frantic, tiny heartbeat of the child I'd just saved. I turned, expecting relief, maybe even a thank you. But the boy didn't see a savior. He just screamed. It wasn't a scream of gratitude, It was pure, primal fear, the kind of scream you let out when you see the monster under your bed step into the light. And looking at him, seeing my own reflection in his tear-filled eyes, I finally understood. The robber wasn't the only monster in that room. I had saved the boy from one threat, only to become a far greater one myself. I had unleashed the very thing I had always feared, the very reason for all the control. I wasn't their symbol of hope anymore. I was the reason to be afraid of the dark. The world didn't need a God who could lose control. It needed a hero, and that hero was gone.